They say, go west. The mountains are calling. Take the road less traveled. So I did. But eventually I found myself where there were no roads.
Billy liked to remind me, Hoss, we was born too late. Should have been riding around 100 years ago. And I'd say, Billy, you might be right, but maybe it ain't too late. Go saddle up, we still got a way to go. Now looking back on the time we were running round wild, back on a memory, oh so true.
Montana seemed wild. So was I. I drove across the country and landed in a little cabin on the river. I worked a graveyard shift where I could devour literature by night and get lost in the mountains by day. The wilderness pulled me to Glacier National Park. I spent the next 12 summers following my passion for wild nature, and in the winter following my passion for music, until the lines between the two were blurred. Those winters were spent alone in rural places like a cabin off the grid with no running water or electricity. Deep in the heart of grizzly and wolf country, there was nothing to do but chop wood and write songs. I talked Colin, my best friend and musical soulmate, into moving to Montana. We formed a hard-driving country band called Whiskey Rebellion. I played drums, Colin played guitar, and the band handed out free bourbon at our shows. When the group broke up, I put my drums away and picked up a guitar. Colin and I formed a duo and rehearsed obsessively until we found our sound. It was the best music we'd ever played. Then he died. That night I nearly drank myself to death. When I woke, the sheets were stained red from wine. It looked like I'd been stabbed in the heart. There was nothing left but a digital recorder, but that was stolen a month after he passed. There's no record of the work we did during the last years of his life. I disappeared into the northern Rockies with my workhorses, Poncho and Snuffy, and began my darkest hour. Nature can devour your body. Grief can devour your fucking soul. For a while, I wasn't sure if I wanted life or death. I knew one thing: the only way I'd survive and move forward with my music was to record an album. On my final road trip with Colin, we met a hell of a guitar player at the National Cowboy Poetry Gathering. Grant was the only person I was interested in making that album with, but I had no idea how to reach him. I ended up sneaking backstage at one of his shows, and I told him about the loss. When I found myself in his hometown of Winnipeg, Manitoba, recording live to tape with a band of talented musicians, Grant became the light at the end of a very dark tunnel. Whether it's a rowdy barroom tune or a meditative song about the loss of a loved one, everything in this album is rooted in the truth. Montana is a beautiful muse. She's wild beyond belief, but she can also be cruel and unforgiving. I love it here. I'm surrounded by the friendliest people in the world, people who match the mountains. I never thought I'd leave, but it's time to travel a different road and head east. The music is calling. These horses like two kinds of music, country and western. Sometimes at night I like to play them a little lullaby before they go to bed. It's kind of a safety thing. If you play some rap or heavy metal, you're liable to get bucked off. Riding in the saddle once again, feeling blue and lonesome as the wind. Work to make an honest buck. So this is my 5th summer working with Poncho and Snuffy, and they have proven to be the 2 hardest working government employees that I've ever come across. To celebrate Poncho's final night in the backcountry and many long years of working as a Glacier Park pony, we're going to celebrate with a cold can of beer. He likes quite a bit of head on it. Nice frothy pour. Here you go, buddy. That didn't work. That didn't work very well. That's damn fun. They used to.